Hey fam. So due to situations beyond my control, I'm not going to be flying to Berlin today. And I will not be going to Rotterdam, and I'm very sad about it. But that's life. I had to be an adult and make adult decisions, and I didn't like it, but it is what it is. So to give ourselves a bit of a consolation prize, and a consolation that doesn't actually cost money, because in having to cancel my trip, I lost a not inconsiderable sum of money, although it was less than I would have lost by going. So, because work was going to be paying for my flight and hotel, Airbnb stuff, so I would have had to pick up all those costs instead. So yeah, now at least we have some flight credit, and I don't have to pay the cancellation fee, etc. So we ran the numbers, and it was cheaper to not go, and so we're being adults and not going. But I'm sad because I was really looking forward to Rotterdam. But instead we're not going to embark on the entire journey, because that's a project for a different time. But we are going to an abbreviated version of the Locks and Dams tour. One thing I've said I've always wanted to do since I started living in Minnesota was do a trip where this is nerdy, but I'm a conservation scientist, so it is what it is, and I really like rivers and river engineering and infrastructure. That's how I was raised. So I was raised with river engineering, river bridges, all of it, and so I've been fascinated with the locks and dams system on the Mississippi River. And so I said, one of the things I said I have wanted to do for a while is to go start at the top and hit all of them all the way down to Cape Girardeau it's not the end of the Mississippi, but it's the end of where the impoundments, locks and dams impoundments are. Beyond that, it's just levee flow. And so Lock and Dam 1, which isn't the first one, they start way north of here, but the numbering system starts here in Minneapolis. So Lock and Dam 1 is in Minneapolis, and then 2 is in Hastings, and 3 is in Red Wing, and those are all not too terribly far to drive to. So we're going to attempt to do that and still get back in time for a dinner plan we now have at 5, and then tennis that we now have at 8. So we may not make it to the third one. We'll see. It's already like almost 1 p.m. Jonas has finished making our lunch, by which I mean pouring a packet of product called the equivalent meal into a cup, and then pouring coconut milk in and shaking it up. So
it will probably be chunky.
It will probably be chunky. I mean, that's what I was going to be eating on the airplane anyway. We just took all the food we were supposed to be eating on the plane and put it in the car. So here we go. All right, we have, after some trial and tribulation, made it to Lock and Dam number 1. And we've been here before and had a similar issue. It's sort of hard to find. There's a very low-key sign, and if you drive past it, you miss it. So anyway, we'll go over here. It's icy. So, here it is. Here's the Mississippi River. Welcome to those of you who have never been here before. And that thing right there is Lock and Dam number 1 on the Mississippi River. So, you can see, like, it's high there, and then if you come over here, then you can see here the low spots and the sandbars. So basically what the locks and dams do is maintain what they call a navigation channel, 9-foot navigation channel, so the shipping traffic can get through And then all of this stuff over here, like, that you see, that's all like the infrastructure for controlling the dam and all of that. And then we'll come this way, and you can see there's this bridge here. That's the Ford Parkway Bridge over the Mississippi River. And so the lock and dam is kind of right below that. So yeah, this is, I don't know. To me, it's really exciting. I love it. I think this is fascinating. But, you know, like I said, I grew up with basically like river engineering infrastructure in my life. So maybe it's just me, but I find it amazing. So, all right, one of three. We will go explore the others. Jonas has informed me that I forgot to tell you that the reason this is called the Ford Bridge over here and the Ford Dam is that there used to be directly across the street over here was a Ford, like a huge Ford plant, like Ford Motor Company making cars, and was a major thing in the area. And so this whole thing is like Ford Parkway and Ford Dam and Ford Bridge because that is where plant was. It's important to note this because in river crossings, like Ford Bridge, like basically any place where you would get out and like, or like go across a river is like a ford, right? So like if you call it Ford Bridge, it's like kind of hilarious because it is a bridge that goes across the river, but it's because of the Ford plant. So, which is across the street, and it's not interesting, but I'll show it to you anyway. You can see that, that fenced in area over there. That's the Ford plant. It's really just a green fence at this point, so it's not interesting. But that's where it is now. You know. Here we are on our way to Hastings. That's the Mississippi River again. We are now driving over the Mendota Bridge, I-55, not I-55, Minnesota 55. I can tell the difference between roads. I promise you, that's not part of what I do in making maps. Yep. Anyway, we're still in Minneapolis. It's just a really cool part of Minneapolis that I like a lot. So, yeah, that was that. I'll check in, you know. It gets non-interesting for a while, and then it goes back to being somewhat interesting when you get out of the actual city and start getting towards Hastings, which is not part of the actual city, but is now part of the metro area, which is sort of terrifying. We're back to a pretty cool bridge, which I've probably been over before because I've been to Hastings before, but I don't remember, so that's fun. We're going to take a little video of this pretty cool bridge. Apologies for the phone shaking. It's not on my gimbal, I'm just holding it, so. There's the river again. This is cool.
City Hall's over there. I think that's City Hall.
I don't know, yeah, probably. Hastings is a cute little town. Or it used to be a cute little town. I haven't been here for a really long time, and apparently everyone moved here now, so it's not a cute little town anymore.
The part right by the river is still a cute little town. Everything else is not.
Okay. Geothermal. Damn.
That one's actually
Lock and Dam Road.
See,
that's useful.
It's still super cute right down here.
Oh yeah. Look, there's like super cute downtown Hastings. It's a really cute town.
Was it Hastings or Stillwater that we went to that one random bar with your mom?
Stillwater. It wasn't even Stillwater, it was Prescott, but...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I assumed it was a Minnesota place because we got shells.
Right,
no, because it was right, it was in Wisconsin, it was right across the river.
Okay.
It was Prescott.
Okay.
Because we got Shell's Firebreak.
And that was both delicious and weird
Continue
because
for 1.5 miles.
I didn't think shells could leave state lines.
Yeah. river looks clean down here. I mean, I don't understand that that's an illusion, but it looks clean and blue and like happy.
Mm-hmm.
This one's much easier to find. Nature Preserve. Flint Hills Resort. What? Sorry. We have nothing to do with the Flint Hills right here, so I was very confused as to why that is a Flint Hills Resources Nature Preserve. Winter Prairie. Those are some of our famous river bluffs over there. Dam number 2. There it is.
The Yukon Park here is closed.
The Yukon Park here seems to be routinely closed along the locks and dams in the winter. It's like they don't want people over here.
This is okay.
Here we are. Upper Mississippi River 9-foot channel navigation project, lock and dam number 2, St. Paul District. Right, here we go. It's closed, so you can't walk out on it because it's winter. So this is why the Lock and Dam tour has to be a summer project. Oh, I'm gonna show you the map so you can see what I'm talking about. So it's hard to see because of the sun, but it starts there, which there's actually dams above that, but we're gonna start with the Twin Cities of St. Anthony Falls Upper and Lower. And then down St. Paul, like Stacey, Minneapolis, Falls, Fort Snelling, Sibley, Hastings, and then down here, we come down this way. Look at all these locks and dams, all the way down to number 27, right here, right across from St. Louis and Cahokia, Illinois. So, someday I'm going to go to all of them, but for now, Lock and Dam number 2, which is over here somewhere. Oh yeah, you really can't see it, can you? We're like standing on it. It's really hard to see in the winter because it's like over there, so you can't actually see how the Lock and Dam works from here, because it's like if you could get out on this platform, you could walk up to that like red structure and look down and see, but you can't. So we're just gonna like observationally be here for a minute. You can see, if I zoom in a little, you can see the river bridge and all of it. And so that's that. It's not very thrilling, I admit right now, but we're here symbolically. It's a symbolic trip.
It is a symbolic trip. We have taken a trip today.
Yeah.
That is the point.
Symbolically, we've taken a trip to do a thing I have been wanting to do for a while.
Yes.
So here we are. It's a really nice view of the river bluffs, though.
It is. Look at all the houses that in 20 years will be falling down the river
Oh,
bluffs.
definitely, right? Anyway, like, this is cool. This is like one of the cool features of this part of the state, is these big bluffs along the river. And then over here looks like this. Yeah. It's nice. Okay, symbolically we have been to Lock and Dam number 2. It's not as interesting as 1 right now. I imagine in the summer it's actually more interesting, but right now, not so much. An unscheduled stop because we were driving past and saw this place, and we needed to stop and make a video. So this is Extreme Sandbox Heavy Equipment Adventures. And they have, you can see over here, they have like backhoes and heavy construction equipment, and you can vaguely see that there are like dirt piles. So basically, from the sounds of their website, this is for everyone who, like, as a child wanted to, like, always played with like the backhoe or whatever in the sandbox. They didn't have those when I was a kid, but I love playing with them now, even though I'm an adult. And like parents kind of get mad at me because I take them away from their kids, but whatever. I have a right to use the sandbox. I pay for that part. From the sounds of things, yeah, you can pay them. Like, I think Jonas was reading the website. It's like $100, and they'll give you instruction on how to use the equipment, and then you just get to like play with it for half an hour or something like that. I think that's super great. It's like, that's more of an investment than I want to make in something like that. Like, I'm not going to spend $100 to do it, but if I had a spare $100 laying around that I like really couldn't find anything better to do with, I'd probably do it. Sounds super fun. So accessing Lock and Dam number 3 is proving difficult. There's all sorts of signs that are like delivery vehicles only, whatever. That's just no trespassing. See, I feel like we're not supposed to go that way either. And then, but this is the way the GPS told us to go. So I don't know if there's like,
go out onto the main road.
A different overlook, because there was a sign to Lock and Dam overlook.
Yeah.
But then we got on this road and it was like, only these things can access, and I was like, or not any of those things. Might not be able to go to 3.
Might only be able to get near 3.
Yeah. Because I have no idea. I don't even see the river from here.
I see kind of like the floodplain channel just that way.
Okay.
We'll go down the main road for a little bit. Maybe we'll come back and YOLO the dirt road. Maybe. Definitely not going through past the giant signs next to the XL.
I'm not. No, that was like definitely the XL Energy like nuclear plant. That was like, don't go here. I'm not gonna mess with the nuclear plant.
And I don't think we can effectively pretend to be local residents going down the dirt road. That's like...
No, probably not.
Or we could just decide we're sad. It doesn't matter.
Just don't care.
Just don't care. But we could try to be a little bit... We could seek an alternative first.
Yeah.
I guess that's the thing.
Yeah, so that's the update. Hopefully we'll be able to get there, because...
Yeah. Also, based on the fact that there is an Indian reservation casino along here, I'm wondering if the local residents that live down there are part of the reservation, and I wouldn't want to trespass on their land.
Oh no, absolutely not. Like,
that's the other thing that's
I know
causing me. Like, if it was just like the Lock and Dam,
yeah,
and they were like, try not to go here.
Yeah, but because there's like the actual community, like the Native community.
Yeah. The Native American community.
Yeah. It's like in there. So I don't want to like, look, we already took the rest of your land. Like, you don't need me going in the little bit we left you.
Yeah.
Like, that's yours. This is all yours. We just took all of it. So you might as well like not have to deal with white people if you don't want to. So
that's how I feel.
Yeah. Prairie Island welcomes you. Okay. That's the casino.
The bingo is ahead.
Bingo is ahead. Awesome. What an experience.
Yep.
I've never been over here.
I haven't either.
I have no idea where we're going.
I don't either.
drive until we find something, I guess.
Yeah.
See what happens. Okay, we've managed to get over here successfully without no trespassing signs, so at least I can see the river now. It's on both sides of us. It's over there too. But yeah, I can see where the gate's closed.
I can
see. This is why you can't go in winter.
Yeah. No, absolutely, totally, 100% why you can't go in winter.
Okay.
Hey, but
look, Locken Dam number 3. Here it is. I mean, not really. It's here, but you're not going to get to it.
You could kind of see part of it.
Yeah. You could see it better than you could see too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
there's that. Oh boy.
Yep.
Here we are. Observation area.
Closed for the season.
Everything's closed for this season. That's to be expected. That's on me.
What the hell?
What?
The bro who lit his butt on fire with the campfire.
This is hilarious. Can you honestly camp here? Is this a park?
I guess.
Well, over there is the Locken Dam. There's not. You have to go back around if you want to get down to it. We're gonna have to walk in the snow, basically.
Yep. That's why you wore your snow boots.
It is. Yep. Video surveillance in use. I'm not doing anything bad, I promise. I just wanted to take a video of the thing. Okay? I'm just a river enthusiast. Yeah!
Whoa.
Got really deep all of a sudden.
It looks like mid-shit at me. Boots are not that tall. Wet feet.
It just like all of a sudden got like.
Yep.
It just happened out of nowhere.
Now my feet are wet. My boots aren't that tall.
No, mine are. Thankfully, yours are not though. Oh my goodness, this is not. We should have gone the other way. I regret some decisions.
So here you could see the edge of the channel.
Yeah, you can see the water and like the navigation channel. There it is. Let me zoom in. There you go. The river it seriously looks clean down here. It's not clean. I know it's not clean, but it looks clean. Oh. It's like blue and no.
Especially, I mean, I know it's actually a relatively cleaner source of power, but the nuclear plant.
The nuclear plant is
right.
Wait, nope. I can't find it. There it is. Hey-oh. It is cleaner power. I'm pro-nuclear. I say it. Said it right here. You heard it.
Yeah, we got the part of the river that's outside the channel too.
Oh yeah. Some of it escaped. There it is. Yeah, here's the Locken Dam. It's over there. You can't. I don't actually think it's on right now. I don't think. I think the gates. I don't think it's running. I think the gates are up.
Yeah.
So, for those of you not familiar, the locks and dams, for the most part, have gates basically that they can open and close. And so sometimes if the channel is maintaining itself, basically, they'll just leave the gates up because they don't need to control the water. I'm trying to watch this dude in a kayak who's like stuck over there. Sorry, I get really distracted. I mean, he looks fine. He's just he's definitely stuck on something.
Yeah. Or he's trying to turn around.
I think he's trying to turn around. I don't know. It's really.
Trying to go back upstream.
I have no idea what this dude's doing in this kayak. Okay. But the way that they work basically is if they're duty to maintain the channel, if like the water's high or low, usually high, they'll close one side to make the water levels pile up kind of on that side so it's higher, and then the ships will pull through, and then they'll shut the back gate so that no water's getting in, and then they will open the front gate and let all of the water in, or all of the water out, and that it'll balance the level on the other side so that the ships don't have to like navigate to water that's too high or water that's too low. And then the dams are essentially the big thing you can see right here. Yeah, the big thing you can see right here is the dam, which is totally open. And that's a lot of it is either hydroelectric power or it's some navigational. The locks are mostly the navigation channel, and the dams are usually power source, and also to control water flow in the channels, but 90% power source, 10% controlling water flow. So that's a little lesson on how that works. But here it is, number 3. Found it. Cool. All right. Back we go. Back to Minneapolis. Okay, so that's the conclusion of today's Locks and Dams tour, unless we see anything else interesting on the way back to Minneapolis. We made good time. I think it's like 2 something. We left at I said it was 1, but I was wrong. It was closer to 12:30. So it's like 2:30 or 3 or something. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get back with plenty of time to get to our 5 o'clock dinner reservation, and I'm really still trying to distract myself about the fact that I'm supposed to be getting on a plane about now, soonish, and I'm going to enjoy the lovely weather today. It's very warm for the end of February, beginning of March, and the sun is shining, which is something that is not happening in northwestern Europe, I hear. And we live in a lovely place, the lovely river, and it might not be Dutch canals, but it's Mississippi River locks and dams, and that's pretty cool too.